Thousands of Wisconsin patients with UnitedHealthcare now left in the dark and possibly having to look for a brand new doctor. This comes as Ascension Wisconsin and UHC cannot seem to reach a new contract agreement. BizTimes Milwaukee editor Andrew Weiland joins us each week here to discuss these pressing topics. I mean, this one feels like it is going to affect a lot of people. It already is. Last night we were doing some reporting that people who even had, procedures or doctor appointment visits scheduled are starting to even be turned away today. Where do we go from here?
Well, we might be in a wait-and-see situation if you're an Ascension patient. That's a major provider for the area. Think about Columbia St. Mary's, Elmbrook Hospital in Brookfield, St. Francis, St. Joe's, All Saints in Racine. Those are all Ascension facilities, not to mention numerous clinics and everything else. So if you're someone who gets your service through Ascension and you're a UnitedHealthcare, that's your insurance provider, you have an issue right now because last night was the deadline for them to negotiate a new deal. They still have no deal. I think eventually there will be a deal. Yeah. But they're at an impasse right now. And if you're a patient, you're caught in the middle of this right now.
No doubt. And are these types of contract disputes, are they abnormal for hospitals and insurance providers, or do these seem to happen sometime?
I think it's fairly abnormal to get to this stage. Wow. This is kind of the behind the scenes thing that happens where the insurer doesn't pay what if you just walked in without insurance and wanted to pay for a procedure. They negotiate these things with the provider beforehand and they've agreed upon prices. But sometimes this does happen where they can't reach a deal. In this current situation, Ascension is saying that their prices have gone up, inflation has hit them hard. They need to raise what they're charging for procedures. And UnitedHealthcare is saying you're charging too much for our customers. And UnitedHealthcare is the biggest health insurance company in the nation, so they have a lot of leverage to drive a hard bargain with Ascension.
We'll have to see where it goes. Another big story this week. I mean, it feels like another day, another data center coming to Wisconsin. We saw the committee in Caledonia. They approved that first step of rezoning for Microsoft to bring another data center here. I mean, why is Wisconsin seemingly the hottest place to build a data center right now?
Well, believe it or not, we're not. And I know that seems that way because we live here and we're seeing the massive Mount Pleasant project by Microsoft, and obviously they're trying to do this Caledonia project. They're also working on a Kenosha project. There's a big data center plan in Port Washington. There's a data center plan in Beaver Dam that's supposed to be for Meta. So it sounds like, are we the hot spot? If you actually look at it nationwide, we're not even in the top 5 or top 10. Wow. Northern Virginia is the top, and then there are others. I know the Chicago area, I know Phoenix. There are some others that escape me, but we're not in that top group, but we are catching up. The trend is we're gaining speed on data center development. Why? Part of it is there's an attractive tax structure for us with data centers, but there's also ample supply of water that these things need, and our power infrastructure is currently adequate, but it's getting to a point where if we get any more of these, there's going to be a lot of questions over how much the grid and the energy suppliers can provide to this. So that's an issue that is coming down the road.
Yeah, no question about it. Let's end on a much lighter topic that I think a lot of people will appreciate. The Bucs are getting ready to open a new space for fans this season. How can I, myself, and many other Bucs fans find their way into this exclusive suite?
You have to have courtside tickets.
All right.
So this is a highly exclusive. There was a quote from the Bucs that said this is the most luxurious offering they have ever offered at Fiserv Forum. And there are a number of amenities at Fiserv Forum, of course. There are luxury boxes and special club areas. This is going to be a new one, but it's exclusively for courtside ticket holders. It will be basically a high-end lounge with food and beverage offerings from a James Beard-nominated chef, exclusive parking for that. And so if you got a courtside ticket, you have access to this. Otherwise, you do not.
So, Andrew, what you're saying is that's a very kind way of saying I don't think I'm getting into that suite.
Well, you have to pay the bill.
Anytime, right. Andrew, thanks so much.